Hi, this is Dave Dakota with RabbitHeart.com. I'm here with Booboo Stewart, one of the stars of the Twilight movies. How are you, Booboo?
Doing great, great.
I was very lucky that you starred in one of my movies, Hansel and Gretel, earlier this year. That was released by Lionsgate, and I've known you since you were like 8 years old. Your father's been my stunt coordinator for many, many, many years, and we had a great time on that shoot. I certainly did. And but on the set, you talked a lot about a film that you did called White Frog. Tell us a little bit about that film and why you're so proud of your work in it.
Yeah, White Frog, it's a movie about a family who suffers through a tragic accident, and my character, Nick Young, who has Asperger's, a form of autism, he has to bring everyone back together. So,
Wow. And I was I have not seen the movie, but tell us a little bit about why the role was appealing to you. Was this out of the ordinary? Because I'm used to seeing you in action movies and in action roles and that kind of thing. This sounds like a real sensitive portrayal. Was that what attracted you to the role?
yeah, there was an opportunity there to play this character that not many people in their careers get to play, and I couldn't pass it up. Like, it was something that I needed to do.
Great. And tell us a little bit about when you read the script. Was it just the script that attracted you, or was it the whole team? And who were the team behind it?
Initially, yes, I would say the script. Then when I found out that Chris Lee, he was a producer on Superman movie, he's produced so many amazing films. When I found out he was attached to it, and Quentin Lee, this upcoming director, was attached to it, and just the different actors that were already attached to the film, I was just like, wow, this is going to be great. And I remember I was in Australia at the time when they were trying to negotiate everything, and I was just like, oh, we have to make it come together. Like, we have to do this, like, no matter what. So I'm really happy it all worked out.
Great. So the distributor of White Frog is wolfvideo.com, which is one of the premier distributors of GLBT programming in the world. And have you ever been offered, or would you ever consider a role that's a gay character?
I haven't been offered yet, but like we've talked about in the past, like Heath Ledger is one of my favorite actors, and he did Brokeback Mountain, and that's one of the saddest movies I think I've ever seen in my whole entire life. And I actually cried the first time I saw it. But it just depends on the material and who's attached to it, what's going on with it, and I would definitely consider it. I mean, what I love to do and what I think is the coolest thing about being an actor is I get to be different people. I mean, Christian Bale has been so many different types of people, and I just think that's the coolest thing. So I would definitely consider it.
That's great. So you're literally within hours of going to the airport to fly up to Montreal to be in a really big movie. Could you tell us a little bit about that movie and how you got the role? It might have something to do with White Frog, yeah?
It does. It definitely does. The movie is X-Men: Days of Future Past, and I was in Hawaii at the time at a screening for White Frog, and Chris Lee is friends with Bryan Singer because they did Superman together. So Bryan came down to the screening of White Frog, and we just hung out, and he saw the movie and really liked it, I guess. And I was actually eating at a Golden Corral, like in North Carolina, when my dad got the call saying I got the part, and I was just blown away. I actually started crying in Golden Corral because growing up as a boy, it's like superheroes, it's like the coolest thing, and you've always wanted to be a superhero, so to actually be one in a movie now is pretty awesome.
That's great. Well, White Frog is coming out through Wolfe Video, and I think it's coming out soon. So, do you think so far that's the most challenging role you've ever played?
It definitely is one of the most challenging roles I've played. I recently did a movie called The Well, where I lost like almost 30 pounds, and that was really challenging because I had to keep the weight off and I had to remain thin. But mentally, I'd have to say White Frog is the most challenging because of all the research I had to do and just piling it into my head and figuring out what Asperger's was all about. Because if you look up Asperger's, what I initially did, I looked it up on YouTube, and I'd click on one video and I'd be like, okay, there's some things I can take from that. Then I watched another video of a different person, and totally different, no similarities at all. And I was just like, how is anyone gonna know that I have Asperger's in this movie? So it's really something Quentin and I spent a long time trying to figure out, and we nailed it down towards the end, and I think we came out with a really great product.
That's terrific. Well, I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of your success. And I want to make sure that people go to wolfvideo.com to find out more about White Frog, wolfvideo.com. This is Dave Dakota of RapidHeart.com. Thanks for tuning in.